Hey there everybody, Eric from Outer Limitless coming at you today with another video. So the title of the video, 5 folding knives, first impressions. Well, not that it's clickbait, I kinda lied to you. We're actually gonna look at 6 knives today. 5 of which I have not even opened the package, have not even looked at them. The 6th I have been carrying at length. But the reason why I'm saying 6 knives, here today we have 2 knives, brand new, hot off the press, from Besttech Knives. Actually 2 models, and I have 2 variants of each. 2 knives from Kuby Knives, and 2 knives from Shieldin. And as I mentioned, one of which I have not even taken a look at yet. The other one I've been carrying at length. So 6 different models. Again, the Besttech Knives, I do have a couple of different variants. But with that, let's flip around the camera and let's get down to it. So again, today, a first look and impression at these knives. We're going to start with the Besttechs. Now, I bring this up really up front. These are literally so brand new that I don't even know what they are. And the funny thing is, if you've been following my channel, you realize I am the Besttech US service representative, and I don't even know what these are. So these came to me. They're literally brand new in the pouches, brand new in the boxes. So we get to take a look at these together for the very first time. And so as we get to this here, I do know that they sent me 2 models, and that's what I was told. But taking a look at it here, 2 different variants, I believe. And hopefully this goes according to plan. Coming out of these pouches, yes, it does appear to be. And I think I already know what this is by looking. This is interesting. So let's get these out here. The first one here, if this is what I think it is, yes, it is. So this is the Ornetta. You have seen this in the past. The Besttech Ornetta is the very first Besttech knife I fell madly in love with. This is the BT 1811A. And this is a kombu design. And what Besttech's been doing, which I think is just brilliant, they've been bringing kombu's designs into now, instead of the BT premium line, down into the BG budget line. And that's exactly what you see here. As we flip this over and take a look, this is an N690. That's awesome. I love N690. I'm a big fan. Here, this looks awesome with this 2-tone G10, the black and the white. Almost sort of a bronzed looking pocket clip. Very cool. Action on this, very good. As always with Besttech Knives, they do a wonderful job and I do enjoy working with them. And as you look here, very similar in terms of the design elements. Now there are going to be some subtle differences in the fit and finish, of course, because you're going from titanium to G10 on the handle scales. And then the blade steels are going to vary, so going from M390 to N690. But that's still a good steel. I love N690, as I mentioned, and I think that's a great choice here for the BG lineup. The back spacer's looking pretty similar, but again, going from titanium to some sort of a polymer, I am certain. And then on the pocket clip, again, the exact same design aesthetic and design elements. So pretty cool. Now here, just a second color variant. As I mentioned, I did get a couple of these. So flipping this open, again, N690. So you can see a couple different finishes. This one here with a sort of black wash look, which is interesting because N690 does not patina easy, so it must be a little bit difficult for them to get that on there. And then this one here with the hand rub satin finish. It's almost a 2-tone where it's tumbled on the ricasso area and across the top, and then satin on the flats. So very nice. This looks awesome. Besttech doing a very nice job. And then again, bringing the Ornetta and kombu designs into the BG lineup. And again, these are so new. I literally don't have the model number, so I'm not sure exactly what it's going to be. So that's something to keep an eye on. Literally, these knives are so new. I mean, you are seeing them here first. I haven't seen them on their Instagram. They're not on their website. So, well, if I wasn't supposed to release these, too late now. Now this model here, again, so new. I don't know what it is. There's no model number. There's not even a name. So if you want the details on this, you're going to have to keep an eye on the comments below. I am going to have to annotate this at some point when I find out. So I'm really not sure. And hopefully these are also the same model. We're going to find out all of this together. But as I break these out of the box, yes, they do appear to be. So this is a beautiful micarta. Look at that. I love that. That is just gorgeous. This blue is fantastic. Absolutely awesome. That I greatly enjoy. What a cool look. Let's see this blade shape. It looks like it's going to be, I don't even know. Oh, interesting. So I don't know exactly what you'd call this. Sort of like a Wharncliffe sheep's footy sort of design, but obviously it kind of flares out there. Really thin at the bottom. That relief edge is extremely thin down on that grind. This is going to be a ridiculous slicer. Actually, a really useful blade shape. This is going to be a joy of a knife to use. Ergonomics in hand. Ooh, this feels really good with a generous finger choil. And when I say generous in terms of what you usually get with your folders. This is cool. And then here an orange G10. Let's check the actual finish on this, see if it's the same. Seems to be. So both of these with sort of that tumbled finish on the ricasso area and across the top. These are both a real high saber grind from what I can tell. Are these hollow ground? These might be hollow ground. Taking a quick look down the profile, looks to have a little bit of a hollow grind to it. I don't really want to touch these too much because I know I'm going to have to send these out for reviews and try to keep them nice. But yeah, man, what a cool blade. I like this a lot. And again, I have absolutely no idea what this model is. I believe this is an in-house design from what I can tell. This is in D2. I would love to see this knife in N690 as well, or 154 cm. Deep ride pocket clip. I love the blade shape, and I love these micarta scales. This is awesome. What a neat design from Besttech. Now, next up, let's take a look at a couple of Kuby knives. This one here, this is the KU291A, which is the model named the Vagrant. So, Vagrant model here. Bust this open real quick. Now I'm going to need to do the same here. So again, this Vagrant model, let's take a quick look at this as we open this up. Very simple Kuby packaging. And the Vagrant, this is in black G10 from what I can tell. And here you go. Neat, clean little design. Finally, no flipper tab. I am actually thrilled with that. Should be able to get on here with your finger to flick it open. And yes, very easy, nice and clean deployment. Deep ride pocket clip, flush screws there. That's nice. And what an awesome blade shape. I love this design. That's a beautiful blade, looking really, really good. Has the name on here, Max Kachuk. So very interesting, an outside designer working with Kuby, and this is in AUS 10. Not a bad steel, actually. I kind of like the AUS steels. I like AUS 8 a lot and AUS 10 here. I'm fine with it. I actually think for a working steel, that's just fine. Seems to have a flat grind into pretty much like a high saber. Nice jimping on top. This is a cool little knife. Indexes very well. I love this design. I love the blade shape. Kuby doing a nice job. Now it's interesting because we are looking at 3 different Chinese knife manufacturers. All 3 of these brands running off of ceramic ball bearings. So you can see here, pretty nice in terms of deployment and fairly drop shut. Getting on it here, there you go. Not too bad. I mean, that's a little bit, you could see I kind of had to flick it open. There you go. A little cleaner there. Nice deployment. Cool little folding knife. So again, this is the KU291 Vagrant from Kuby Knives. Very cool. I like it. Now this one here, this is the KU328 Atlas. Says it's in blue denim. Let's check this out. Is it blue denim micarta? No. Blue denim G10. So the Atlas, everything blacked out except for the handle scales. That's a nice look. I like that a lot. Deep ride pocket clip with those recessed screws. Let's check this out. Now again, this one's going to be a flipper this time. Nice action. Ooh, interesting. Totally different. Never seen a blade shape quite like this. You can see nice belly, flat grind into that sort of high saber there. Fuller all the way out. Let's see, can I flick this open? Yeah, it looks like you should easily be able to get on that opening hole there, so no problem. This is nice. What a neat design. I do like this. Again, sort of a utility-shaped blade. A little bit Warren Cliffy. A little bit sheep's foot maybe. Just a lot of neat alternate blade designs coming out lately. I do like it, and kind of finding the best of multiple worlds in the blade shapes. Flipping this over, this is in 14C28N, so nice Sandvik steel. And the name on this says Jelly Jerry Designs. Interesting. So again, another outside designer working with Kuby. So Jelly Jerry Designs. Never heard of them? Let's check the action here. Oh my God, fantastic. Really like fidgety. This is going to be a nice fidgety knife. You have plenty of blade mass to kind of let that drop shut. That's going to be a nice little fun factor there with this knife. I like the blue. That's actually a nice look. Blue G10 textured. Really cool. So again, this is the KU328 Atlas. Now moving forward here, Shieldin Knives. Fairly new to the knife world, making a name for themselves and stepping into the arena. Again, another Chinese knife manufacturer, all three of them today between Besttech, Kuby, and now Shieldin. As we get into this here and sliding open the package, this is the 7093D Tranchodon. Designed by Django, 9CR18 MOV Damascus G10 carbon fiber, acid etched. Let's take a look at this. Sliding this out of the box here. This is how Shieldin's delivering their knives these days, sort of bubble wrapped, which is just fine. Informational pamphlet here. And now getting into the Tranchodon. Heavily oiled here, but it needs to be. The Damascus steel can rust out, so they're being very careful, which I do like. Lots of storage time for these knives, so making sure that it's good and protected. But here, the Tranchodon right away. I am just so happy with what Shieldin's been doing with their scales. You can see here, interesting design and pattern. Nice around the pivot screw there. So the pivot screw and pivot collar having some good decoration. Really cool. So I am just going to clean this up just a little bit so you can see it a little bit better and even out that surface so you can see just how nice this is. Take a look at that carbon fiber. It's a multi-layered carbon fiber and G10. Really awesome. And I love the color green. This is just awesome. It has that sort of tactical look, yet at the same time, sort of like dragon scales. I mean, just really cool. Flipping this around, deep ride pocket clip, very nice. And taking a look at the blade. Oh, I barely had to even lean on that. And I did that intentionally. Look at this blade mass. Here we go. No problem. Very smooth. Doesn't really like fly out. And that's probably just a little light on the detent, but it's nice. That's just fine. I don't need it to really thwack open, and this is a beast. Nice deep blade, beautiful Damascus, the etching doing a nice job to get a separation in the colors. So between the 9CR18 MOV and the darker and lighter acid etched, very, very nice. Now again, the Tranchodon, this is designed by Django, who's their primary in-house designer. Really cool design. The deep ride pocket clip, nicely softened jimping, just in terms of interesting feel, but not overly aggressive, and also on the top. So I do like that. This is going to be a workhorse beast of a knife. Could actually use this for some self-defense. No problem flipping that around. This would be a nice self-defense knife if you needed it. So giving you utility purpose and definitely just a beast. So this Tranchodon, really, really cool. I definitely like this. And well, last but not least, also by Shieldin Knives, this is the Bazookan. Now, I have carried this at significant length at this point. I've used it a ton. It's a little dirty, but not too bad. I cleaned it up just before this video. This is actually what I've been using the entire time to open these boxes. So this is a really nice blade shape. I love this. It's extremely useful, very comfortable, low profile, keeps the knife thin. This pocket clip, again, similar to what they've been using on all their knives at this point. That deep ride clip with the recessed screws, very nicely done. Nice action, very smooth, just little drop shut there, which is nice. Flies open, just really comfortable in the hand. I like this knife a lot. I've used this a ton, and still looks great. All blacked out with just the exception of your frame screw and your pivot screw. No problem there. You can see on this side as well. Nice and open on the back side. A little bit of a spacer there and an open design. So really cool. I like this knife a lot. Shieldon doing a nice job. Recently, they've been really making a name for themselves, you know, again, with some of their styling and just design elements and trying to differentiate themselves. I think they're doing a great job. And so before we wrap this up, I would like to say thank you very much to the people at Besttech, at Kuby, and at Shieldon Knives for providing these for review. Now again, that was 5 folding knives in a preliminary first look and first impressions video. Now I'm not sure if I'm going to get these into full field use and really go into full detail in the future, but I know that I am definitely going to be using these. They're going to be in my pockets. They're probably in some way, shape, or form going to show up. You'll see them in, you know, alternate sort of cameo appearances in other videos. You've actually seen this bazooka now a few times. You probably didn't realize it, but you have. Just really cool. So from Shieldon, the bazooka, the Tranchodon, Kuby's Vagrant, really cool. Nice blade shape, awesome. The Atlas, also really cool. I'm looking forward to trying this one out. I think this is going to be a fun knife. And Besttech Rock Steady. At this point, again, not really too sure exactly what model this is, but I'm going to find out. Again, if you're interested, keep an eye in the comments below. I will annotate it at some point once I find out. So between the name and the model number, you'll see it eventually. And my longtime favorite, the Ornetta. This action is phenomenal. This knife just feels like it's ready to do some work, and I think I'm gonna keep one of these in my pocket for a while right now because I love it. Between just that gorgeous combo design and the fact that Besttech's using N690, which I love. I want to get some of their N690 in my pocket to test it out, try it out, see how it works, because I am quite interested in that steel, and especially coming from Besttech, that's a good thing. And so that about wraps it up. If you like this content, do me a favor, take a look at my Outer Limitless 2 channel, which is more on the tactical and firearm side of things. At this point, that channel is growing quickly, so if you like what you see here on Outer Limitless, do me a favor and check me out on Outer Limitless 2. So alright guys, thanks for stopping by. I hope you like what you saw. I hope you found it a little bit informative. If you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for stopping by. Take care now. I'll see you soon.